Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid rematch review. What can I say other than I was right? Atletico Madrid, they always do some of this shit. They always do something like this, man. They always fumble, fold, whatever. Like when it comes to like big games, Atletico Madrid always finds a way to like disappoint in some way somehow, even if it's completely possible that they actually push through. That's the reason why, man. Griezmann was never gonna work out in Barcelona because like, bro, look at you, bro. Obviously that's more like a joke, but like still, because he was a quality player, but still, Griezmann, what did he do this game? He had two big chances, if I remember correctly. Two big chances in which he could have like genuinely scored. That crazy dribble, he just juked every single one of our players, clear open chance. Didn't do it. And then the other one, an even easier chance because he didn't have to dribble into nobody. He just had to like push it into the back of the net. The only person he had to beat was literally Joan Garcia. He didn't do it. Then what else? The red card. Literally a red card for I forgot who the fuck. I forgot that dude's name. Okay, but a red card. What is that red card? It's pretty obvious. You should be more cautious in that area, bro. There's like no men around you. You know what I'm saying? Clearly it's gonna be a red card. It's like the Araujo versus PSG shit, bro. It's like come on, bro. Like there's no people around you. If you miss that ball by little, like by a single inch, then guess what? You have a red card. You cook because that's the final man. Okay, and some people. I mean, I guess obviously it's hard to like notice in the game, but like, you're a professional, bro. Come on, like you're supposed to know this shit, man. Okay, you're supposed to not foul the dude. Guess what you're doing? Now you're just fouling the shit out of him. It's just a bad play, but I do think it is a deserved red card to Atletico Madrid player. When I saw that go up, I'm like, thank God, because it would have been hard to get by them. Clearly, because we even struggled to get by them with 10 men, it would be difficult to get by them either way. But and especially with that other man, that like allowed them to attack. And clearly, clearly we were gonna score on Atletico Madrid. The thing is like, but were they gonna shit on us? Were they gonna score on us? In like beat us out in the goal scoring game, and with their 11th man, they could have 100% done that, to be honest. So tactically, I actually kind of liked I knew that no striker shit, and I almost for me, I actually really liked it because it was different and it was like dynamic, bro. Fermin, really balling out, playing like more, doing even more runs and shit, getting the ball in extremely dangerous positions. Like obviously, it puts a lot of toll on our central attacking midfielders, but man, that shit look good. What was it? It was like at some point it was literally like a 4-2-4, like that's 4-2-4. This literally all it looked like, and I actually feel like it sort of like worked out. We got chances. We got chances. We obviously just didn't capitalize on it. In the first half, that's what I'd say. We didn't like really capitalize on most of the shit we could have capitalized on. But at the same time, we did. Marcus Rashford throughout the game, actually like pretty good, bro. He was got past players in some instances. What's it called? He was linking up with João Cancelo incredibly. João Cancelo, by the way, my God, was he disgusting. My God, was he disgusting this game, bro. You could not hold. But João Cancelo, Portugal squad, Portugal team list, Portugal 20-something man squad roster for the World Cup. He's on it. It's just a matter of fact if Portugal ends up like playing him correctly, because clearly he's not like a wing back. Clearly, no. This is a man like he has to, as a fullback, he has to bomb forward, and if he doesn't bomb forward, don't even fucking play him. All right, but if he is allowed to bomb forward, be on that wing. You saw he's another left winger. It was doing more fucking dribbles than Marcus Rashford at some fucking points. The technical ability on this man is freaking insane, bro. Clearly, he was saving up all of his juice, all of his mighty Cancelo juice, to just explode to just like lash out on everybody in La Liga and for the World Cup. He clearly wasn't trying us out of the league enough. Other than that, bro, live stream I was watching, they were criticizing Lamine. Bro, Lamine was on it. Lamine was him right there, bro. The thing with Lamine is that yes, sometimes he's on bullshit, and just some stupid shit. He did like a foul that just really wasn't necessary. Then they got shots out of the box, which they shot it, but they could have crossed it in. That could have been bad. Just shit like that. It's like yes, do we like that from Lamine? No. But then, literally, like, a couple minutes later, what happened? After that foul that Lamine did, a couple minutes later, what happened? He nutmegged the player, and then with the most beautiful Trivella, he literally Trivella scale IRL, passed it to Fermin. Boom. Chance created. Boom. If Fermin was a little quicker, he would have gone on the ball perfectly. Boom. Probably scored that because he's a great finisher. That's the type of levels, bro. Throughout the game, I can't recall if Lamine was like extraordinary throughout the rest of the game. If I remember correctly, not that much. Not that much. I can't really remember a moment right now where Lamine after that play was like pretty crazy, but in the first half he was like genuinely on that shit. You know, some of the dribbles he was completing, just juking out motherfuckers. Yeah, throughout the game he had incredible dribbles. I just think after that moment I don't think he created a big chance, if I remember correctly. But yeah, still doing incredible dribbles first half and second half. Great dribbles, always creating shit. Pedri was not that crazy throughout the game. Sometimes he did do some cool little dribbles. It was like good Pedri. You're progressing the ball. That's great. Pedri just in general wasn't like that crazy to this game. Definitely more of a midder Pedri performance. Dani Olmo had that incredible piece of skill throughout the whole game. Throughout the game as a whole, I don't think Dani Olmo was actually spectacular anyway. He wasn't bad either, but he was asked to play as more striker, and clearly like strikers don't really touch the ball as much. And even if he was dropping deeper, like it's still harder if you're like if you're supposed to be the final outlet. If you're the final outlet, it is sometimes a bit harder to like not get on the ball as much, especially if you're not a target man, which Daniel Olmo clearly isn't. So yeah, it was just pretty hard to for him to get into the game. Plus, in that left hand side, it was mostly Marcus Rashford and Dragoncello really just boomed, just pounding the back line. Okay, and some of the runs Marcus Rashford was doing, I actually really liked. Like some of his runs were really working against the Atletico Madrid's high line. They don't have a. This is the thing that annoys me. Every single team in the top 5 leagues, like every single team in the top 5 leagues, that is like a big team, deploys some sort of high line. Arsenal does it. Man City does it. Atletico Madrid, literally the team that's like this is like seen as a defensive team, even though they're not anymore. A team seen as a defensive team, bro. Even they deploy a high line. Like high lines are pretty normal. Barcelona will forever from now moving forward have a high line because that's just the name of the game. It just depends on if it's gonna be as fucking high an offside line. An offside line is different. Our high line, offside line is not the same. All right, but it just depends. So we're gonna keep playing the offside shit, an extremely high line, like we have with Hansi Flick. Yeah, I don't like the extremely high line offside trap. I'm not a fan of the offside trap in general. But we play, you know, and hopefully we win the UCL with it. But whatever. Okay, so Fermin, great link up with Lamine in some moments. You know, for me, wait, actually, no, if I remember correctly, bro, Fermin was pretty class throughout the entire game. Okay. When Kuna came on, just side note, so I don't remember. When Kuna came on, I didn't like his performance at all, to be honest. Especially in the beginning, he was trying to be a player that he's not trying to like, you know, a little juke for the player. He was just being extremely like fucking everywhere, just extremely uncomposed, you know. So I didn't really like Kuna's performance when he came on. He was doing good runs, which normally you wouldn't have without Araujo or Eric Garcia, which is cool. But like in general, Kuna has been such bad of a season. I feel like even Eric Garcia is a better right back right now. Even if Eric Garcia is literally not right back, he's a center back and defensive midfielder. He's not a right back at all, but he's still a better choice at right back right now than Jose Kunde. Joao Cancelo just incredible. I have to mention it again. Fermin Lopez incredible this game. Have to mention that again. Ferran Torres fucking ass this game. You know what I'm saying? Had the chance with Dani Olmo, didn't score. Had another chance where Joao Cancelo literally dribbled past the player, disgustingly juked him. And if I remember correctly, disgustingly juked him, just like got past the player, crossed it in. Actually, I don't remember. He definitely disgustingly juked somebody in the Lewandowski goal, but I don't remember if he actually did that for the Ferran Torres goal. I'm not too sure. Whatever though. He fucking Joao Cancelo being incredible. I think maybe it was from I don't know, but being incredible, crossed the ball. I remember he did something incredible there. Okay, that's all I remember. But crossed the ball. Ferran Torres does not have the striker instinct. Why? Because he touches the ball, then gives the flappiest kick ever, bro. Okay, a real striker either touches the ball in the perfect way in order to set them up for a shot. Ferran Torres clearly didn't do that. Or a real striker, what he does in that situation, which is what I think a real striker should have done, is literally just tap the fucking ball first time. Because he was surrounded by players. He should have tapped the ball first time, okay? Like, come on, that would have been a true striker's instinct, but clearly he fucking didn't, okay? Yeah, just in general, I feel like it was that building up. It was more like a four, like a 4-2-4. But in terms of like actually attacking, it was more like a 5 at the front. To be honest, if I'm being real, I'm saying, because there was that whole Kubarsi, Martin in the back and shit. But then it was really like Dragancelo literally pushing up so high, like as being another left winger. Just attacking with Marco Rashford, Fermin and Olmo, in that little mix with Pedri and Pedri and Bernal, or Pedri and Eric Garcia, just literally just like, controlling most of the shit. So in general, I guess again, like defensively, we were still ass like we always are. I can't really blame the players necessarily a lot for that. Gerard Martin was sometimes kind of rash, sometimes kind of iffy. That red card was also kind of iffy. I don't think it was a red card, definitely a yellow though. But I don't think it was a red card because it really looked like he wasn't even paying attention to that shit. He was just trying to clear the ball. He just really didn't see, what I'm saying? He was just trying to clear the ball nice and sturdy, like, literally the basics. But then he's gonna get a red card for that shit? No. Like, it's not a red card. But definitely think it's a yellow because he should have at least perceived a bit that there's a man's leg behind that. He could have snapped that shit right in half, right? So yeah, when Kunde came on, I didn't like it. When Gavi came on, he was actually like pretty decent. He was actually pretty like decent. Did a long ball. Like, won the ball in certain instances. Won some headers in certain instances, which was surprising because he's literally short. But like, we keep it moving. I was criticizing Gavi for not being like a super physical dude because he literally couldn't even do a pull up. But even besides that, it's like I guess like I don't know how the fuck, like, he clearly it's his intensity, but like, damn. What I'm saying? Maybe he could work on the pull-ups, what I'm saying? Gavi's and he had like an injury scare where like he thought he would have gotten injured. Marco Bernal, I think, got out injured. I hope it's nothing serious. I hope it's literally just like him cramping up or some shit. But yeah, Marco Bernal was like okay. He didn't do anything spectacular. Eric Garcia was like pretty decent, especially when he moved up to right hand side. I remember like he did a pretty good pass to Lamine and shit. If I remember correctly, he's the one that did the pass to Lamine when the dude fouled Lamine and he got a red card. So actually, I'm not too sure about that, but I do remember him doing an incredible pass to Lamine though. I think it was actually separated from that. It might have actually been like 2 great passes to me. He was just pretty decent, or above average, I'd say. Martin again, sometimes rash, sometimes a bit what's it called, uncomposed, but it's still pretty decent. Kubarsi, pretty good performance by Kubarsi, I'd say. Juan Garcia, pretty good performance, I feel like the Giuliano Simeone goal, I feel like that goal he could have done better because Juan Garcia clearly was like focusing on blocking the pathway to Griezmann. Because obviously Griezmann was there. Juliano could have easily easily passed it to Griezmann. But I feel like for goalkeeper it'd be mostly just like, look, you rely on your defenders to try to block that shot. But in general you mostly focus on blocking the shot of the person who literally has the ball right there, right then. And if he focused on that, I feel like he would have blocked the Giuliano Simeone goal. It's not that big of a regret because in that situation, again, it is like 50-50. I'm not a professional goalkeeper. I just wouldn't say he was exceptional, but yeah, I guess he was okay. Coming out the box, sometimes he was great. Yeah, Lewandowski when he came on, didn't really do nothing, but he got the goal. So like W him. And when he got the goal, I feel like in that situation, Fernando Torres would have like panicked in that situation. Lewandowski was composed and he just went like, what I'm saying? In the Atletico Madrid side, Juliano Simeone always running, what I'm saying? That's why he's causing the problems, because he's always running. If you want to cause Barcelona problems, have somebody to literally always fucking run at the left-hand side, at our left-hand side. Or right-hand side, it literally doesn't fucking matter. Just literally have somebody always run, be a monster running. That's what Juliano is. Griezmann, again, like had moments of brilliance, but like, couldn't finish it off. Other than that, that dude got a red card. Even before that, he wasn't that good. Just in general, I feel like sometimes the true striker shit, the two cam shit, especially in the first half for that Travella that Lamine gave to Firmino did confuse Atletico Madrid's solid back line a bit. But look, we ended up coming away with the win. You know what I'm saying? By the second half, especially by the end of the second half, Atletico Madrid weren't attacking much. So we got the win, guys. We got the fucking win. Let's go. I hope you have a good one. Yeah, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid match review. Bye.